I
But
suppose
I'm
what's
sure.
striking, James, is that here you are, and we're very grateful for your time. We genuinely are, because I get that campaigns are busy and you've got
Yeah.
doors to knock and all of that. I genuinely appreciate it. But what is jumping out to me here is that you are now being asked questions by me about a policy that was announced over the weekend, is going to be confirmed and doubled down upon today, but actually you don't know what's going on with this
I think,
policy.
but no, but I think what's interesting, Calum, is you're not really interested in the policy, are you? You're
I
not,
am.
because you're not interested in community. You're not interested in people giving something back to their areas, and actually, the world being a better place. What you want to ask questions about is the people who won't do it. Why would people not want to do that? Why would people not want to go out and help their areas, to help people, and to work in that way? You seem to be saying that the youth of today will refuse point blank to do this. Well, I don't accept that.
Well, let's bring in James Daly, Deputy Chairman of the Conservative Party and MP for Bury North. Hi, James.
Hi.
So low funds in your constituency in Bury North and Greater Manchester. Low funds, circa £2,000, met with donors, but so far no donations, says Jerry's reporting this afternoon. No donation sounds alarming.
Well, over the last 12 months, I have paid for around 500,000 leaflets and surveys to go out to the people of Bury North and various other campaigning material. So the one thing that cannot be said about my campaign is that I have not paid big sums of money from donors and from others to support my re-election efforts and to do the best job I can for my constituents in Bury North. So I've spent a huge amount of money, Calum,
Yeah,
all to try and do the best I can for the people who elected me in 2019.
I hear you on that, but as things stand, it sounds like you've only got £2,000 in the bank.
Oh, we've got more than that.
Okay, so what does this mean then? When this line from this email, low funds, circa 2k, met with donors, but so far no donations.
Well, I actually don't know because I haven't seen this email. What's the date of this email, Cal?
Well, let's bring Jerry Scott back in, actually, who's seen the email. Jerry, you might be able to help with some of the detail on this. James is asking there what date was on this email. He's not seen it.
Yeah, of course. This email was sent on Friday.
There you go, James. Does that help?
Well, it does, but then in the sense I've got more than £2,000, so clearly something has gone awry in respect to that email,
Okay.
and
How much
will
do you
continue
have?
to. I could. You can imagine, Carl, I'm not going to talk about my personal election finances to you, much as I'd love to do that. What I can say to you is that I will have enough money within my fighting fund to send out all the leaflets and all the other campaigning material that is needed.
Okay, so you're not worried about a lack of donations that is apparently highlighted in this email?
Well, first of all, I never worry about anything. And secondly, there will be no issue with donations to my campaign.
You never worry about anything. Do you worry about losing your seat where your majority is 105?
Well, I tell you what I do. Worry in the political sense of the word, Callum, not about life in
sure.
general. But let me put it this way: that, and I've said this in many interviews, that if the people of Bury want to elect someone else, that is what democracy is about. If they think that somebody who has brought in millions upon millions of pounds of regeneration monies. We've got 3 special educational needs schools being built in the area, a new high school, saved Gig Lane, one of the oldest football stadiums in the country, and the list goes on. If that's not enough, if politics now is not about delivery, and that's what the people of Bury North want to elect somebody else who doesn't have that record, that's absolutely fine. Why would I be bothered about that?
Okay. What do you make of the start of the campaign so far? Because that's the other part of Jerry's reporting today is, as we say, this kind of lack of enthusiasm. Conservative ministers and MPs not getting behind campaigning, refusing to knock on doors. MPs focusing too much on ministerial business, some people going on holiday, all of these sorts of things. Has it been a bit of a sloppy start, actually?
Well, I speak to my colleagues a lot. I'm the deputy chairman of the party. I see the pictures on social media and on the various WhatsApp groups that I'm a part of within the party. And all I see is MPs getting out there, putting their message to their local constituents, working really hard. And I'm not a witness or aware of this, what you're suggesting. I have a lot of good colleagues who have brought huge sums of money into their areas, made their areas better places than they were, given people better public services since 2019. And why would you not be enthused if you've done that? Because you would want to go out and sell your message and say, this is what I've done. And that's what Conservative MPs have done throughout the country.
Yeah. What about this then? Another part of this campaign today is around national service, which we expect Rishi Sunak to double down on in the not too distant future at some point this afternoon after the announcement over the weekend. Anne-Marie Trevelyan was speaking to Times Radio this morning, and she was asked whether parents would face prosecution if their 18-year-olds refuse to sign up to national service. And I'm going to say, James, she didn't rule it out. She didn't rule out prosecutions for the parents of 18-year-olds who didn't want to do national service. What do you make of that?
Well, Anne-Marie's a very, very good minister, but she certainly doesn't have responsibility for this area. I think the Home Secretary, from what I read, I think it was in the Telegraph yesterday, was saying something very different in respect to that. But we'll see. The Prime Minister will confirm that, and I think the policy is an excellent policy. I've just come in to speak to you, Calum, knocking on doors in Bury, and the people that I've been speaking to say, thank goodness that someone's got a bold plan that's going to take steps to give life chances and life opportunities to upskill young people throughout the country, no matter what their background is. They're going to be given a chance at 18 years of age to give something back to their communities. And what on earth is there to disagree with in respect to that?
So you'd get your kids on the national service in the national service queue?
1,000,000%. Why would any parent not want their kids to contribute something positive to their community? Why would they not want to volunteer in a sector which is benefiting the wider community? Surely that's what community, that's what, this country and the towns and villages that make it up is all about. We want to work collectively for the collective good, because if not, we're just individuals who sit in a house and wait for the government to do every single thing for us. And I don't believe that. We're individuals. We're part of an area. We're part of a community. And the way that works best is if no matter your age, you've got a stake in that.
And so then, what if all parents are not as enthusiastic as you, James? Should they be prosecuted?
I think we'll have to see what the exact, there will be rules that will come out from the Prime Minister. I can't speak in respect of those.
But hang on, what do you think? You're knocking on doors, you're saying the people in Bury North are generally enthusiastic for the policy, fine. But what if you come across a parent who's not that enthusiastic? Are you going to say, sorry then, you're going to end up in jail?
Well, these are 18-year-olds. They're able to make their own decisions in respect to that. There will be all sorts of reasons.
But the question's about their parents. That's the thing.
Will you tell me why would you? Tell me what is the argument? Why would you think that a parent of an 18-year-old would go to jail because of the actions of an 18-year-old?
Okay,
who is an adult.
So would the 18-year-old go to jail?
The 18-year-old would not go to jail. I can't see. I would have to look. I would have to comment in respect to the policy as in the details that are going to be announced.
I suppose what's striking, James, is that here you are, and we're very grateful for your time. We genuinely are, because I get that campaigns are busy and you've got doors to knock and all of that. I genuinely appreciate it. But what is jumping out to me here is that you are now being asked questions by me about a policy that was announced over the weekend, is going to be confirmed and doubled down upon today, but actually you don't know what's going on with this policy.
But I think what's interesting, Calum, is you're not really interested in the policy, are you? You're not, because you're not interested in community. You're not interested in people giving something back to their areas. And, actually the world being a better place, what you want to ask questions about is the people who won't do it. Why would people not want to do that? Why would people not want to go out and help their areas, to help people and to work in that way? You seem to be saying that the youth of today will refuse point blank to do this. Well, I don't accept that in the slightest. I think that people will take this opportunity, and it will be a mandatory obligation, perhaps one weekend every month. Why would you not do that?
Well, I suppose if it's mandatory, you're not going to have a choice. But that's kind of the point, isn't it? That what I'm getting at here is that you're having to now speak to a policy that you don't know the full details of. That seems to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, James, you're a deputy chairman of the party. It seems that this has been rushed out over the weekend, that MPs, and indeed deputy chairman, might not be fully briefed on what on earth is going on here. And we're grateful for you coming on the radio, but it sounds like you've not had the full thing.
We are completely and fully briefed. And what's very sad,
but you don't know if people are going to be prosecuted.
This issue, when this issue is about making communities a better place and having some belief in our young people that they're going to do the right thing for themselves, for their families and their areas, and you choose to take this line of questioning in respect of it.
Right. Why does it need to be mandatory if you believe in young people so much?
Because in many I've been a governor of a state nursery school in a very disadvantaged part of my area for the last 12 years. People need assistance to be able to get these programs, to be able to get these opportunities. The state needs to be able to say, and to be like it's happening in other countries, needs to say, we're going to be able to give you this fantastic opportunity to give something back. These kids, some of them will not have the opportunity to know how to arrange a placement with some of these agencies if the state is not there to help. And for the state to help and for the program to work properly and for society to get the benefit of this, it has to be mandatory.
Understood. James, thank you very much. Thanks for your time this afternoon. We genuinely do appreciate it. You can head back out and get campaigning again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers now. That's James Daly, the Conservative MP for Bury North and Deputy Chairman for the Conservative Party.